Hi everybody, this is Kevin from Nuremberg Tours in English, and thank you very much for tuning in to my video about the Tucher family of Nuremberg. The Tuchers, they were a very wealthy, powerful merchant family here in Nuremberg dating back to the beginning of the 14th century. What you see behind me is the top of their ancestral home here in Nuremberg's Old Town. Now, the reason why I'm standing on this side of the gate instead of on the other side of the gate is because all museums in Germany are closed due to the coronavirus. So please sit back and enjoy the video. The surname Tucher in Nuremberg was closely identified in early medieval times with the feudal society that would become prominent throughout European history. The name later emerged as a noble family with great influence, having many distinguished branches and becoming noted for its involvement in social, economic, and political affairs. The Tucher family was one of the richest, most powerful merchant families in Nuremberg. The origin of the Tucher family is not clear, but they were probably originally servants of the Counts of Castell or Hohenlohe. According to the family history, Berthold Tucher assumed Nuremberg citizenship in 1309. The family descended from Conrad Tucher, who died in 1326. First documented in 1309, the Tucher family was a very influential Catholic patrician family in the imperial city of Nuremberg. The Tuchers, with only a few brief exceptions, were seated on the Inner Council of Nuremberg from 1340 until the end of the imperial city period in 1806. The reputation of the Tucher family in the 14th century is evidenced by marital connections to the most distinguished families in Nuremberg. In the 15th century, the Tuchers married into rich merchant families and established the Tucher Trading Company. The company was involved in the export of Nuremberg-manufactured small hardware, the spice trade, and they had their own wire factories. Additionally, they had shares in several mines and smelters. As a result, the Tucher family was well positioned among the 20 ruling families of Nuremberg. Although the Tucher family founded their commercial branches relatively late in comparison to other patrician families, they were still able to establish trade connections in Lyon, Geneva, Venice, and most importantly in Antwerp in the 15th century. Having contributed to Nuremberg's prosperity for centuries, in the mid-17th century the family withdrew from trading and established a successful brewing business in 1672. The beer brewed under the family's famous Moorhead insignia was exported as far as Africa and China. In the 1880s, the Tucher Brewery was the second largest in Nuremberg. Today, it is still possible to marvel at the family's wealth by visiting the imposing mansion built by Lawrence II and Katrina Tucher. It was once the family's prestige-enhancing home in Nuremberg's Old Town. The sandstone building was completely destroyed by fire in World War II, and the reconstruction took almost 20 years. The property is still owned by the Tucher family and today has been converted into a museum. It houses outstanding art and other items from the 15th to the 19th centuries and includes paintings, furniture, and tapestries that in large part were part of the manor's original furnishings. On the ground floor, visitors can see impressive religious paintings, memorial plaques, and what are called the treasures, with works by Albrecht Dürer's teacher Michael Wohlgemuth and one of Dürer's students, Hans Schäuferlein. Go up a floor to see the rooms that the Tucher family used as their living quarters. There you can view many personal items, splendid furniture, and impressive paintings of various family members, such as the portrait of Hans Tucher VI by Michael Wohlgemuth. The third floor was used for representational purposes, where the Tuchers received important guests, business partners, and envoys from near and far. They also used this floor for private celebrations. Today, visitors can admire the table used to mark engagements with its famous 8-piece set of tableware and the precious double goblet consisting of two halves in the form of traditional metalworked cups. Well, that concludes my video about the Tucher family. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope it motivates you to come to Nuremberg sometime. And if you do come to Nuremberg, make sure you do two things. One, visit the Tucher Mansion, and two, book a tour with Nuremberg Tours in English. I offer many tours here in and around Nuremberg, including Rothenburg and Bamberg, everything from medieval history here in the Old Town to the Second World War, and everything in between. So I hope to see you here in lovely Nuremberg sometime. But in the meantime, stay healthy, stay happy, and see ya.